By the end of this video, you're going to know the difference between Softr and Bubble and know which platform you should use for your next project. My name is Seth. I'm the founder of No Code MBA, a no-code learning platform where you can get access to a wide variety of educational tutorials covering all sorts of no-code tools, including Bubble, Webflow, Airtable, building apps with AI, and much more. If you want to learn more about that, check out the link in the description or go to nocode.mba. So first, let's talk about the learning curve of each of these platforms. Softr is much easier to build with. It's much easier to get started with if you're a complete beginner, if you've never built a website before, even if you have built a website, you don't have much design skills, or you just want to get up a simple website quickly. Softr is going to be the better choice for you in that instance. It's much easier to use than Bubble. So Bubble, on the other hand, is really powerful. You can build just about any type of web app using Bubble. You're going to have a full backend and logic. You can connect to different APIs. You can really build just about any type of web app that you want with Bubble. But as a result, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to actually build in Bubble. There's a bigger learning curve. There's a whole in-depth course on No Code MBA about how to build with Bubble if you want to learn more about how to do it. But it definitely is a bigger learning curve. So right off the bat, learning curve and ease of use, Softr is going to be the choice for you. But with a learning curve, as I was kind of touching on a little bit before, comes what you can build with it and the complexity of what you can build with it. So while Bubble is a really complex tool and allows you to build really any type of web app that you can think of, because it has the front end, it has the back end of the database, it has logic. As I mentioned before, you can go to Bubble's site, go to use cases and showcase and kind of see the variety of types of web apps that you can build with Bubble. While Softr, on the other hand, is good for a specific few use cases. So the first use case is if you just want a basic website landing page to be created, Softr is really good for that. Softr is also really good for creating a website that displays data from a database. So let me explain what that means. Let's say, for example, if we go under solutions, you want to build a customer support platform. What you can do is take all of your support documentation, for example, all of the questions, all of the answers, and then you could use Softr to create a platform for your users to look through all of that data. You also can include forms and login in that platform. So if you want to make it a little bit more complex and have, as you can see here, like users report new issues, create tickets for your support team to look at, you can build a lightweight version of that using Softr. You can also build, for example, things where you're going to curate content. So in this case, this is a website example they're showing where it's a list of companies, it's a list of founders, and you want people to be able to browse all that content, and you want to be able to manage that content in something like Airtable as the back end of your app. That's something that Softr is really good at. Also, if you want to create a more basic membership site where someone has to pay to access that content or sign in to access that content, that's also something that Softr is really good at. And if you go here into the templates page of Softr, you're going to be able to get a good idea of kind of what's possible with Softr. And just know that a lot of these are going to be a little bit more lightweight in terms of inventory management, applicant tracking. With Softr, because it's easier to use, you're not able to customize it quite as much as you might be able to customize in something like Bubble. But it's really good for getting started and for a lot of solutions that don't need to be quite as complex, but you need it to be built more quickly. Something else that's really nice about Softr is that in the product, you're able to build the interface using kind of this drag and drop pre-built elements, which makes it a little bit easier than Bubble, where you have to build things from scratch. There are ways to use other platforms such as Basis or Frames to copy and paste elements like this that are pre-built, but just something to kind of note about Softr. One more thing, I want to go into the I want to go into the marketplace here for Bubble. So you can see the templates here. And this is another good thing to look at if you're considering which tool to use. And then you'll be able to go through and see, okay, this is kind of what's possible here using Bubble. So for example, you see there's a marketplace like Airbnb, things that are a little bit more complex than what's possible with Softr. I also want to get into pricing. So Softr has a really generous free plan here, where for more basic use cases, and you can even put a custom domain on your Softr app, you can use it completely for free. For Bubble, you can start for free when you're testing it out, but if you want to put a custom domain on your plan, you are going to have to pay for that. So something to kind of keep in mind there with pricing. So hopefully that was a helpful overview of the differences and similarities between Bubble and Softr. As you can see, they are quite different tools, and they are good for different use cases depending on what you want to build and what your project is. And go to nocode.mba if you want to learn more about building with no code. Thanks again for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel so you get all of our future videos that we're releasing here on YouTube for free. And I'll see you in the next video.